Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Scarlet Tower. Let's see, I don't know who I want to play as, so we're just going to do this. It is a bullet heaven with actually really nice looking pixel art, and a lot of different, like, meta progressions and customization and all sorts of stuff that I just flipped past, apparently. I tried playing this a couple months ago, but I didn't care for it too much, so we're going to give it another shot. Especially because the developers were kind enough to reach out and send me a key. So, I gotta say, like, right off the bat, I like this pixel style. It's very crisp and clear. And I don't want to say it has, like, a much more, like, intentional art direction that I've seen with a lot of these games. Ooh, I summoned, like, ghosties. Yeah, this already feels better than what I'd last played. Now, I'll admit, there are a lot of these that are going to be kind of familiar, like Sacred Water, but then again, this is a Castlevania reference. 5 seconds, there's a vial of holy water. Creates an area that does damage over time. Fireball, or I'm gonna go for the Sacred Water. It seems to have a higher rarity, and I should probably not hug the enemies too much. I like the special effects with enemies dying too. What do the ghosts do? I have, like, oh, I see. They create murder explosions. Cool. Greed. Now, I do have a limited amount of stuff that I can equip. Okay, I'll snag the greed anyway, just because I'm assuming we're gonna need it for meta progression. But yeah, I'm already liking this so much more. Last time I played, it was slow and clunky and not good. Now it is much faster. Either that or I just had, like, the worst experience by sheer happenstance. I have no idea. Okay, attack speed by 6%? Yeah. The extra greed, maybe. But, like, especially in these games, attack speed is pretty much paramount. You get plenty of just flat damage through other means. Okay, looks like the ghosts have gone away. I don't know if there's any other objectives to work towards. It looks like I'm here for, what, 25 minutes? That's a fair time. I always felt like 20 minutes and 20 minutes till dawn was just a little short. Let's see, iron armor. Let's reroll, see if I get something better. Increased damage, adds a projectile. I'm gonna just up my sword just in case we run into something tougher. I also noticed the enemies don't quite chase me. They're kind of chasing where I was, and then they try and reorient. I guess the easiest way to describe it, damage applying burn. Ice shards every 5 seconds, applying chill. Projectile speed by 50%, piercing by 10. Yeah. Now I do have a dash. Or no, it's a turn into a bat. Oh. Okay, that's useful. More damage? No, let's invest in Sacred Water. And yeah, this music is very Castlevania too. But honestly, that's kind of good. Icy Rain every 12 seconds, 20 damage. Yeah, sure. I'm just going to save up for the rare abilities. So, I don't know if there's synergies or anything, but it seems like there's a fair bit of different types of abilities to grab here with their own rarity system. Let's see. 14 seconds summons the Holy Bible to orbit around you. I'm going to keep going for attack speed. Oh, I must have touched something. I guess I shouldn't be fighting around the trees. Things are going to keep touching me. And that is a distinctly painful experience. I do seem to be healing very slowly for some reason. But I haven't worked that out yet. I probably should have read the character description, but honestly, I don't know, I just kind of wanted to get into the game. Oh, fine, we'll grab the Holy Bible. It doesn't seem like it's that strong yet, and it has no knockback, which is kind of rough. And yeah, I should probably really invest much harder into the sword, just because damage dealt by 10%. I would, except for nothing survives long enough for 10% to even be necessary. Like, I could. 2 projectiles, extra damage, more attack speed. Let's go for the extra book projectiles. What I want to see is if I can get that up to 100% chance. I'm also really curious about if attack speed affects the cooldown on the Bibble. And yeah, it does look like I'm limited on number of slots. So I can't be too picky here. Or no, I have to be somewhat picky here, sorry. Brain is mush. Yeah, let's just keep mulching those bees. Lightning bolts on enemies every 7 seconds. Luck or fireball. Let's reroll. Thank you. I guess I'll go Thunderstaff, just because it doesn't seem like there's any kind of, let's see, there's no, like, melee focus or anything like that. I'm still in the mindset from playing Noobs Wanna Live that, yep. Let's see, 3 projectiles. That there's like melee builds versus magic builds versus summons and whatnot. Nope, this ain't that. Completely different setup. Seems to be just wholly universal upgrade systems. I'm getting surrounded a little bit here and I don't quite have the ability to head them off. And as much as I like these special effects, it is actually a little hard to see around them sometimes. Extra damage, gathering range. Oh, that's just pickup range, though. Now, let's go for the Sacred Water. Alright. And yeah, I don't have any other abilities. I do have the Turn into a Bat, which I should use more often. I just don't know where I'd go. Everywhere it seems pretty rife with enemies. Okay, damage, icy shards. Just gonna go for some damage on some of these side items. Just because it feels like we're shredding our way through these crowds really fast. We're just not hitting enough of them. Reminds me, I should go back to Slormancer at some point. Neither here nor there, I'm just immediately getting, like, really heavy action RPG vibes from this. Which I actually think is kind of sweet. Like, I'm actually kind of surprised. I know that's what, Rogue, or Soulstone Survivors was supposed to be, was, like, more Diablo-inspired. And I think that is true. Okay. Here's where that extra damage comes in handy. And yeah, I seem to be healing, like, much more aggressively here for some reason. Okay, what do we get? Rank 1. Oh, I see. So that just gives me that. Cooldown reduction is different from attack speed. Yeah, I'll snag it. Ugh, almost died. Holy smokes, this is tense. I'm getting my HP back pretty fast, which is nice. But, I'm getting bullied here. Extra projectiles? Absolutely. Yeah, the more ice I can drop on my foes, the better. Because that is, by and far, one of my more successful ranged weapons, AoE clears. And considering I'm just getting mobbed on all sides constantly, maybe that's kind of what I need. Ow. Here. making weird noises at this point. I mean, what else am I going to do? Look at this crowd. And yeah, I'm not burning through them with the same level of efficacy that I do in certain other bullet heavens. Let's see, damage, luck, more damage. Yeah, I'll just focus on the books. Because yeah, they're probably their own cooldown speed. So the attack speed is probably just only my primary weapon. And nothing else. Yeah, it tracks. I don't actually know which is worth it above the others, but that's okay. I actually do really like how these enemies move. It's a small thing, but the fact that they're not all constantly just moving directly at me at all times is nice. It means it's much easier to just kind of kite around them. I think there's a couple others that kind of hit the same notes. I'm thinking, maybe 20 minutes? Where the enemies are moving towards you, but, like, I think maybe the difference is these enemies are fast. And easy to kill, but they're very quick. But they work off of more of a momentum system. Duration by 50% adds to projectiles. So yeah, we might be able to keep the books up pretty consistently here. I don't know if there's upgrades or evolutions or anything like that. Honestly, kind of wish there was some level of that. But either I haven't found it yet or it's not actually a thing in the game. Don't hug those, and we don't want to get... I don't want to test my luck going through the plants. Maybe in bat mode. Nope. So bat mode seems to be a quick dodge, armor, damage, extra projectiles. I don't know about the armor. I guess it would help. That one's hard to say. Yeah, let's just kind of keep our distance. Because the thing is, like, if I'm strong enough, I just will never take any damage. If I'm... Oh, we might be going into overtime soon. I just looked at the clock, and we're a couple minutes away from, nighttime. Which begs the question of, oh boy, what are we getting into next? And this is manageable. It doesn't feel manageable, but I haven't been taking too much damage yet. But I very well could. Let's see, affected area size. Yeah, let's go for that. I'm just gonna level things up based on rarity. So yeah, we've hit our equipment limit. Oh, we picked up the frost staff from the goblin book. That's what it was. I was confused for a hot second of where I'd picked that up. So killing the mid-boss doesn't just give an upgrade to something I already have. It gives an upgrade, or it just gives an item. That's okay. I was hoping it would just let me further upgrade my own bits instead. Okay, for the cooldown reduction, yeah. Even if it's kind of small, 30%, I mean, 30% cooldown reduction actually is going to be pretty good once we got it. Or no, it's 3% per, not 6. So that's what, 15%? Maybe that's not so good. It just gets us close to the point where the book is at 100% uptime. But I'm not exactly reliant on the book. Okay, greed? I guess we'll level up my greed. I should probably work on those. Ow. Okay, so I think we've definitively hit the nighttime. Damage is manageable as long as I don't get hugged. Or stand in any of those red areas. Okay. Greed, max HP, more attack speed. And see, I was hoping that would give me like a more interesting upgrade as part of it. Because yeah, 30% attack speed. It's no slouch, but it's not exciting. That was a bad place to be. I mean, we're still weaving around, knowing how the enemies move. Ow! Wow! Oh, increase move speed by 10. Yes, we need that, badly. I don't feel faster, which suddenly makes me question. It's probably a 10% movement speed bonus. Yeah, figuring out how enemies move and being able to use that against them is probably the only reason why I'm not dead yet. I mean, it really is. My staying power is... Actually, it's fine. It's just not enough. Let's see. Damage dealt or Glacial Staff final upgrade. Go for that. Okay. Things are getting legitimately hairy. I say with zero sense of irony. Or punitude. This is not a joke. This is a hairy experience. Look, I don't know where I'm going with this one. I feel like if I had greater dad powers, it wouldn't be so bad. Frost or greed? I guess I'm gonna focus the greed just because. Feels like the income's good. And we want to just more or less cook all of these guys. And get as much money as we can before getting out. Oh, getting out. Being taken out? I mean, I'm holding on, but I'm not betting on it. Something's gonna touch me and I'm gonna go poof. And yet, I live. For now. I'm on healing. Nope. Oh. I will take the money. Oh. Oh, sweet Bessie. That's a horrifying thing. It just puked on the field. Wait, did it puke on everybody? I barely do damage to him. But I am healing, which is odd. Projectile piercing by 50, duration, and area. Big slash! Oh, where have you been? I've been needing you. I don't think we actually do any extra damage, so we might wanna scale the sword slashes up. Pick up that item that gives a 10% damage boost. Because I could get that up to 60, which I think actually would be good. Ugh. Huh. Yeah, none of these are disappearing. They kind of wink into existence from off screen. Or no, they just sparkle occasionally. That's what's going on here. But yeah, I'm very glad that EXP does not disappear over time. Fortunately, I just don't think I'm going to do enough damage to this guy. Thank you. I don't think I'm going to do enough damage to this guy to kill him. So instead, we're just kind of going to exist in outright disregard to his existence. Like, I'll keep kind of plinking away at him, but he's been here for a couple of minutes, and, boy, I've shaved off, like, some of his HP. Unfortunately, it also seems like things are getting legitimately worse around here. It's just a lot of puke on the ground, man. I'm not paid well enough to deal with that. Had that happen when I was working at a grocery store. We had like one really kind of gross bathroom in the back, which was already like not great. And like this is a big grocery store too. But somebody had a mess. It was puke or poop. God, you know I'm starting to forget the details. You'd think I'd remember what was in there, but I took like half a second glance at the thing, or a little bit more, and I was just like, no. Okay, I should move back on this one. Effectively, management was like, yeah, we need you to clean something up. Now, admittedly, I was just a cart monkey, and clearly, like, I wasn't the first person they had asked, which was a little dodgy to, you know, dodgy in retrospect. Ow. Ow. But yeah, they were like, yeah, we need you to clean something up for once. And I was like, okay, why? And so they just gave me the usual, like, bucket, mop, cleaning stuff. You know, reasonable supplies for a small mess. And then you get back to the bathroom. Uh-oh. You get back to the bathroom and it's just this horrible... I know there was blood. I just don't remember if it was puke or poop was the rest of it. But you get there and you're just like, no. You can't make me do this. I'm getting paid $7 an hour. There's no way in heck that I'm sticking around for this. And so I was just like, no. You can't make me do this. And they didn't. I think they got somebody else to clean it. Who was, I think, a little bit more agreeable. Or maybe a little bit more attached to their job. Let's see. Do we want to actually just go for the armor at this point? I am. Just so these things don't, like, murk me down. I think it was poop. I really did not stick around long enough to look. I just got there and it was just like, oh, this is bad. This is bad and I can smell the badness. So yeah, literally I'm not paid enough to clean this up. I mean, maybe if I was playing like Power Wash Sim or something like that, and I had the degree of separation of it being a video game, but even then, I don't know. Like, I would think long and hard about a video game that actively would ask me to, what's going on there? That would ask me to clean up actual biohazard stuff. Not like minor biohazard-y things, but like, ugh. Okay, let's take it. I just don't want to be standing there. I mean, luckily, like, I wouldn't have to smell it or touch it or deal with any of the potential hazardous effects. But I still think I'd sit down and, like, probably just close the game and say, no, thank you. Maybe. I mean, I could very much see, like, a weird Resident Evil style... Uh-oh. Yeah, copses of trees are probably the most deadly thing in this game. Like a Resident Evil style game where you have to clean up, like, the mansion from Resident Evil 1. Damage dealt by 10%. Yeah, let's snag that. And, like, yeah, you'd have to be picking up body parts and all sorts of gross bits, but it's kind of thematically... It's thematically more interesting because of the tie-in nature of it. I think I could get behind that in retrospect. How am I still alive? I don't want to say I, like, phoned in this run, but I consigned myself to death, like, a long time ago, and we're still going. I mean, really, it's just the pretty ridiculous sword beams carrying me forward. Okay, I'm just gonna keep going for the power gauntlets, just because. I got 2.5 minutes, and if I can kill Sir Pukes-a-Lot, this whole everything becomes very easy to manage. Why is there Grim Reapsies? Well, I'm not betting on my capability of dealing with that. I don't think I'm supposed to, actually. I'm not sure if I'm doing damage. Let's see, cooldown reduction. No, I am. I am actually doing, like, a small degree of harm to this guy. Ow. Oh. Blizzard Wand, Fusion. Icy Rain every 8 seconds. Does damage and chills. Okay, so we do actually have a confirmation. There are evolution, fusion, whatever moves. Looks like it was maybe the Lightning Wand and the Blizzard Wand. Or, no. It was the, it was the Glacial Staff and the Splitting Ice together. Well, I survived a fair while. And now we've unlocked the Move Speed Relic, a bunch of survivors, some heroes, and weapons. Do we get anything else? Okay, let's take a look. I also have meta progression. Oh boy, we have a lot. So, we have this guy who has the sword. Drains 0.25% of the damage dealt. That's why we were healing. He also has extra passives that we didn't even have. Or have the option to pick. So, dashing turns into a bat, gaining movement speed. Generates a blood pulse around him every 40 seconds, dealing damage and draining health. Or the last one's not in the game yet, or just not unlocked. Summons a water elemental to fight by her side. Let's see, each level decreases the elemental's spellcasting interval. On the last level, 2 elementals are summoned instead. Ooh. Oh. But I have to invest points into them. We also have a passive Frost Nova that freezes enemies. Wait, Frost Shard Glyph. Oh, that's probably down here. Maybe, but we don't have that yet. Yeah, Icy Fragment that deals damage and applies chill. What was his? Bat Aspects. Movement speed increases duration by 2 seconds. I see. So we have... Oh, I see. So we have passives, but then also a glyph that modifies it further. Draining elites and boss enemies with transfusion gives you a damage boost. Okay, so we also have this guy. He's got a hammer. Damage and knockback. Damage and applying knockback on the way and returning to you. Oh, so he throws his hammer. Consecrate the ground. Damage over time. Also has a chance to happen whenever you take damage. And allies within the consecration aura have their damage increased by 20%. Or 25 to 15 seconds summons 3 heavenly swords. Judge enemies causing area damage. Increases with the upgrade level. Judgment Sword creates an orb that heals Reese by 1% of his max health upon touched. Oh, that's kind of nice. So they've got a dash. Slashes forward, projectile that does 45 damage, pierce through 5 enemies. Whenever you kill 10 targets in 5 seconds, summons a solar aura that does damage. Or, dash is overcharged, And then we don't have the other characters. So I kind of want to try her, because the water elemental sounds kind of useful. I see. So that's characters. We also have talents. And unlockables. And power-ups. And familiars. So, familiars are very expensive, but give a stat boost. Power-ups seem to be just really generic stats. Luck, greed, gathering range. I guess I'm just gonna put 1 point into each of these. And then we also have these, racial traits. And then glyphs? What? Oh gosh. Activating Last Hope. So Last Hope probably heals you... Okay, heals you back up. I see. So this only applies to one of the different characters. So elves. Additional damage if it's day, 6% if it's night. Vampirism crit damage, up to a maximum of 60. Darker Chord, Chance to drain health every time they do damage, so... Actually seems pretty good? Like I said, though, absolutely, there's a lot going on here. Let's see. So we also have increased max life. I see. So we can only equip one of these. So a chance to summon an undead on enemy death, burn on hits, or freeze on hits. Plus we have extra max health, chance to drain health every time you cause damage, and shockwave. Okay, and then we can also unlock more talents if I want to. So let's grab a couple of these. Damage to enemies affected by freeze or burn, damage to elites, damage to enemies below health. Let's go for damage to elites. Attack speed or damage boost for every ally in an area. Ooh. I don't know how useful the attack speed is. We also have damage dealt by burn heals you by 1% of that damage. Oh, that actually could have been good. I don't know. Okay, so let's give her a shot with her boosted elemental. And we can't do anything else. And I don't know what this red oval looking thing is. I haven't seen anything that specifically utilizes it yet. So maybe it's something down here. Let's see. Because yeah, we're not using the undead. We'll just burn things. Okay, and we want to go to the map. So we also have corruption levels. Oh, but I died before I finished. There's a lot to this game. It might be too much, but I do appreciate that there is so much to look at, so it's not just the same thing forever. Okay, so it looks like we've got kind of an explodey shot. And we have whatever that is. Damage dealt, attack speed. I think I'm gonna skip the bibble this time around. I liked the frost staff. That's Cosmic Orb. Oh, right. That's my regular attack. Okay, damage, extra projectiles. Honestly, I'm actually going to work on the Frost Staff, if only because it'd be nice to get that evolution again. Okay, and there's the Glacial Staff, so we can get both of those. Max them out and we get the evolution. Hellfire Staff. 10 seconds, blast of hellfire. I think we want to pair that with the fireball. Hi. We have a lot of things. 14 seconds, summons darkness spirits. I feel like the darkness spirits are probably a, they might fuse with the book. But I could be wrong. I have no idea what any of the potential evolutions are. However, this game has instantly become a lot more interesting. Dark meta progression tax. Hi. Why is there so much stuff now? I'd love to go for the Frost Scythe. You know what? I'm gonna pick the Frost Scythe. We know when something evolves, it fuses down. And so, instead of limiting myself, we're gonna try and level up my Blizzard Staff and other things. Probably. Let's go fancy feet just so I can go faster. Like, I don't know how to react to this. This is like one of the most heavy reversals I think I've ever experienced in a Bullet Heaven or a game where it's like, first run, yeah, it's okay. Second run, holy shit, this is way more fun. I gotta stop saying that word. At least it's not within the first 15 seconds, but swearing's illegal. I don't want us to get into an argument about that again. Not that it was much of an argument, it was just a lot of people being like, oh, that's like, it is fair. I think to some degree that level of, like, language cleaning is a little weird. I don't mind it, but still. Let's see. Hellfire Staff, Hellfire Staff. I want to level up my Blizzard Wand. It does also amuse me that, like, half of my, that my ice attacks are going to be setting things on fire. Okay. I almost wonder if the runs get longer or more dense with enemies later on. They've got it, right? Okay. Fancy feet, attack speed. I got the attack speed, but I don't think I actually care. Okay, and I do still have, like, a very tiny dash. It's not much of anything. Crown damage. Yeah, where are my... Oh, wait, no. Sorry. I thought I was summoning, like, ghosts. Do we want to re-roll? No. What I want to do is upgrade my, Blizzard Staff and the Ice Staff, because if I can get those maxed out, we're going to be in a much better position. Because then I can actually stack some more things, maybe. Plus, they're also pretty strong. There's just not enough enemies, maybe? Or maybe I'm leveling faster now? I don't know. Like, it feels like I'm leveling really fast. Cooldown reduction is tempting. But I don't think I care too much at the moment. It does feel like a lot of my moves are all kind of synced up, cooldown-wise. Where I'll go, like, on a blasting spree. And then I'll have to wait for a little while for the next shot to go off. And it kind of rinse repeats. It's not too bad. Okay, Glacial Staff, yeah. Yeah, because I also want to see if evolutions level up, or if they just kind of cap out. Because they might just cap out. Let's see. Oh, they're so close, too. Are we leveling that much faster, or was I just leveling stupid junk last time? It feels like I'm leveling way faster. Either that or because I'm killing enemies much more successfully and aggressively, more spawning. I know there are certain games that actually have that, where there's kind of an upper limit on how many enemies can spawn. And so it's genuinely in your best interest to level as much as possible, as fast as possible. Okay, so we've maxed out the frost moves. I guess what I should do is actually look up the evolutions here. Let's see, Frost Scythe or Hellfire Staff. I'm gonna go for the Hellfire Staff, because I think I mean, I'm pretty sure that just fuses with the regular Fire Staff, but I could be wrong. I mean, you'd think it'd be that way, considering that's how it works with the Ice Staff and the Glacial Fall Staff. Or whatever it's actually named. Yeah, why don't we, next time we level up, I think I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go out of my way to quick check to see if there is any evolutions I should keep in mind. And once again, because they fuse down, I can potentially get a lot of evolutions. As long as I don't make the wrong mistakes. Okay. Let me double check. Perfect. Somebody just has a list. So, oh. Okay. There are only a couple, and some of them are actually, there's overlaps. So the Fire Staff and the Frost Staff make the Water Staff. The Frost Staff and the Glacial Staff make the Blizzard Wand. The Knife and the Frost Scythe make the Frost Dagger. And the Bible with the Hellfire Staff makes the Underworld Tome. Huh. I guess let's get the Scythe up and grab the Knife. There might be more evolutions, but I guess I'll just take whatever. Whatever's listed for now, and there might be more in the future. I mean, almost certainly there will be. Okay, last level of Scythe. Which is pretty good in its own right, too. Okay. Yeah, otherwise I'm just going to kind of slice through enemies kind of regularly. Like, it feels much easier. Oh, he's going to be a pain, though. Or not. No, never mind. We're just wrecking him. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm going to start working on the Corruption Crown. He's not dead yet, though it looks like we might have frozen him, which is an interesting thing. Yeah, that extra movement speed is going to carry. Whoop. Holy smokes, how did I not get hit there? I have no idea. Let's see, Hellfire Staff? Yeah, let's max that out. Please give me my evolution. Yes! Blizzard Wand. That's pretty nutty. Okay, I just have to keep my distance and keep scooting. Okay. And now we have another slot. Unless it's been taken from me. It could be one of those that, even though they fuse down, they're not actually considered one thing. I mean, who knows? Boy, I really am just shredding them, though. Ow. Okay, Blizzard 1. Adds 3 projectiles. So they do evolve. I'm gonna get the evolution. Or the evolution upgrades. I'd like to snag that next weapon, and maybe that's what I should have done. But alas, and also whatever. We also, I don't think, are going to be able to... I don't think we're going to be able to get that many evolutions here. Though, note to self, do not pick up any chests unless I know I've got a evolution ready and waiting. So, snag the knife? Let's snag the knife. I'm liking this scythe more than I'm liking the Hellfire book anyway. It seems like a good idea. So just go knifey stabby. Okay, so there's another chest. But yeah, we're not ready for it. Because my scythe is maxed out, my knife is not. Okay. So let's work on getting the knife up. As nice as getting the Blizzard Wand to do more damage goes, I don't know how necessary that is. It already does like 215. It'd almost be interesting if the levels were not static. I don't know if I've actually seen that with one of these so far. But, you know, what if there were actually, like, for every level up, there was actually, like, 1 to 3 different potential options to choose from? More damage, more projectiles, shorter cooldown, stuff like that. So you could customize a little bit more, if you get lucky. Oh, shoot. Is the scythe and the knife, yeah? I hope so. Otherwise we might run into trouble. Luckily I'm busted fast, so I can really just kind of speed around everybody without a whole lot of recourse. As long as none of them stand directly in my way. Then that hurts. That hurts a bunch. Okay, Blizzard Wands. Yeah, let's just level up the Blizzard Wands. That extra damage will be nice. Even if I think it's wholly unnecessary. Ah, something was hitting me. Ooh, multiple things are hitting me. Oh, no. I got too close. Shoot. I needed that. I mean, it's fine. I should have not been hanging out next to it. I should have thought of that. that it would have a bigger hitbox than I think. Okay. I wanted those extra projectiles, but this means next time we get a treasure chest, I'll be able to get an evolution. Okay, maybe a couple more treasure chests drop than I think. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, boy. Did that thing do 30 damage to me, or did I do 30 damage to one of them? I'm not entirely sure. Okay, Cosmic Orb, attack speed. More of these. I do a ton of damage. But there's just enough enemies coming at me constantly that I'm having trouble shredding through them at this point. I think part of it is my AoE is just a bit big. Or, it's huge, but it only hits like one specific section. It would work great if this was a very limited arena survival. But we are just out in the field. Also, you know, helps if I don't walk through enemies. Whoop. Okay, it is now nighttime. And things have gotten worse? Let's see. Damage and velocity by an amount. And the Hellfire Staff is maxed. So we really just need that treasure chest to spawn, and then we're... maybe not golden, but we'll at least have some stuff to work with. And yeah, this extra movement speed is sweet. No, it's not the flies dying. Every once in a while I hear like a pa-ching noise, and it's confusing. Because I'm not sure what it is. Okay. We don't need crit. Cooldown reduction would be worthwhile. But that's also probably something I should invest heavily into with meta progression. Ow, 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 ow. 60 damage. Ouch. I am not made for those kinds of numbers. And yeah, we don't have the lifesteal that Captain Vampire did. So even if I'm pretty strong here, I'm still kind of limited. I hate the trees, because I think I'm going to slide past them. I'd hate to say it, but developer, if any developers are watching this, and you might actually, grease up your trees. Like, maybe slide kind of off of them, rather than being this weird impediment. So, like, if my movement is arrested by running into a tree, I mean, option A, actually make it more obvious that I'm gonna get stuck, so that my path isn't as impeded, or just make it so that if I am slowed down, let's go for the cooldown reduction. The extra HP and survivability might make just as much sense. But so say if I walk into a tree at a 45-degree angle, and impact with the tree's hitbox, so that only the upward momentum's at all useful. Instead of making me go effectively half speed, make it so I go like just a little bit faster as long as I'm touching that tree hitbox, so I can get away from the tree. I think this is kind of how corner boosting in Celeste works, but I also don't know like anything about programming. No, I know some amount of programming-y things. Let's level up my Cosmic Orb. I've been kind of disregarding it because it's not hugely necessary or useful. At least in this situation. Dang. That lost chest absolutely wrecked me. But then again, it doesn't feel like I'm leveling up quite as fast as I was. Also, Big Boy is here. But, plus side, I do a lot of damage, so maybe Big Boy is just going to get shredded. Greed, crit chance. Main hope is that he just gets dunked on. I mean, it looks like he's getting sufficiently dunked. Oop. Avoid. What is this thing? I have no idea. It's a shockwave totem of sorts. That's new. That's new, and I truly have... I have no idea. Wait. Oh. Fusion with Scythe and Frost Sword. Knife and Fire Scythe. Corruption Robe. Huh. It actually is telling me about other fusions. So I guess that guide is very much out of date. Ow. Bibble and Sacred Water, and no fusions. Please get this out of my face. Okay, and it looks like none of the passives have fusions. That actually... That's nice. I like that. Because that means you don't have to pick a subpar passive just to get the fusion you want. It's a very minor beef that I have with Vampire Survivors. Because the attack speed tome is amazing, but I don't really care too much for the magic staff all that much. Or magic wand? It's like very much an okay. Is an okay thing. And yeah, that damage I'm chucking around is great. And also, other thing I should probably note is that now that this guy's here, there's actually less enemy spawn. So I'm not in as dire of straits as I was previously. I'm curious about the other regions and if they have faster leveling. Because... Frost Dagger. Throws a Frost Dagger to pierce through enemies, dealing 30 damage, applies chill. Sounds good. Does that... Okay, so it's like the Scythe. Just slightly better. And other thing about evolutions is that they can further... They can get even more upgrades. Which makes them pretty good. Yeah, I killed him in half the time, I think my last character did. And maybe not quite half the time. Okay, let's get out of here. There's a couple more werewolves. Than I think I'm capable of dealing with. Well, never mind. I'm now stuck here. I could get more knife, actually, but let's re-roll. And I'm just gonna upgrade the Frost Dagger. I could pursue another evolution, but we've only got a couple minutes left. And I'd rather max out my two evolutions than try and pursue a third. Because I need a lot of levels to get to that point. Also, credit where credit is due, it is actually legitimately kind of stressful being trapped in the vegetable wall. You know, in Vampire Survivors, it's kind of slow, so it's either like you live or you die at that point. And in most other games, like, it's laughable. Like Rogue Genesi, anytime you get into the veggie wall, you're just kind of like, haha, I'm not trapped in here with you, because you're trapped in here with me, but also I just killed the veggie wall, so, you know, am I supposed to be threatened here? And the answer is no. Keep scooting. There we go. That frost rain is absurd. Everything else is kind of ho-hum, but the frost rain is unstoppable. Okay. Do we do anything else? No. We mostly just wait for literally death to show up and ruin my day. Scythes pierce more? Yeah. Or the daggers. Yeah, I'll have to poke around with the other evolutions just to see which ones are good. Oh, almost died because of tree. I mean, it's not much of a consolation, but it does amuse me that the werewolves get just as screwed up. What? Who are you? A vendor. Huh. Oh, so I have a lot of hunter points. Frost Sword, 200 damage. Every 10 seconds creates a Frost Sword that deals 200 damage every half seconds and chills. Huh. And that fuses with the knife, which we unfortunately do not have anymore. Nor was I really expecting to get it. You know what? I'm going to snag the chest. Cosmic Orb, max level. I actually did notice that I leveled up my Cosmic Orb to that degree. Holy smokes, that was close. Okay, and there's death. Here's the benefit. I'm not going to be able to kill him. Not with my current build, but I'm really fast. So he's actually going to have a lot of trouble chasing me. I mean, obviously he's just as... He's faster than I am. However, I am so fast, his primary means of attacking me is not actually going to touch me. Let's do 80 damage on that Frost Dagger. My main goal is just to cut through the chaff. I'm actually hurting him pretty bad. But I don't actually care to... I don't care to kill him, just because that's probably just not in the cards. But if I can survive for the next 2 minutes, we win a run and potentially unlock some more stuff. Places to go, things to see. I just mostly have to make sure I don't get stuck in a tree. I guess the easiest answer is we could just kindly peace out. The only problem is I don't get any or as much meta progression for that. Which, like, I'm not fully certain I need to care that much. Ooh, like a Healy Spring? No. Just a spring. Well, we got some food. Yeah, so it actually does look like there are things to find here. Not often. But, like, we found some food. And we found a vendor. The vendor was neat. Oh, no. It's stuck on a tree for, like, a half second, and then you're just near death. It does not help that he is quite good at chasing me. 50 seconds. That food is not worth much. The other thing is, moving laterally gets me... Ooh. Oh! Oh no. Okay. Even with my movement speed, it's not quite enough. Moving laterally gives me, a little bit more warning when there's going to be an enemy or not. Okay, movement speed up by 10. We survived. Barely. We didn't do nearly enough damage to this sucker, but I just don't care. Unless I have to kill him. says 0 on the clock. Where's the ending? I think I have to kill him to beat the run. Oh no. I mean, it's fine. I've actually done a decent chunk of damage to him. And we're no longer on death's door. The one thing I will say is running from him in a linear fashion is actually kind of spooky. Whereas kind of going in circles, despite the fact that it does give enemies and trees more of a chance to wreck me, his scythes will never reach me. So yeah, I think we're just going to do kind of loosey-goosey rings. And just wait for him to die, I guess. That extra movement speed is super helpful now. No, though. Huh. Wonder if I should give that one bullet heaven that put me to sleep. I wonder if I should give that a shot now that I'm in better circumstances. Ow. If I get the chance, though, I'm absolutely picking up some max health. Or max health or the armor. Because I absolutely kind of should. Okay, Frost Daggers. The final Frost Dagger upgrade ain't that good. Well, I guess there's no win or lose. So we've unlocked Advanced Explorer and Explorer, so hopefully that gets me some maps. Either that or that's difficult. Let's see. So we don't have Lance yet. Venomous, no, we don't have any of those new characters. And I can't go to the Plague Lands. Dang it. I think I actually do have to kill them. Well, at least we have a bunch of meta progression that I can potentially invest into things. Let's see, we've got the Familiar unlocked, yeah? Perfect. So, definitely some movement speed. Then regen. And that armor? Okay, what else do we want to grab? Gathering range. Gathering range is good. The real question is, do we want to invest in anything else? Oh, so Thunderstaff to level 5, and someone lost in the woods at nighttime to get the characters. And then Death and Corruption level 1 or higher. Let's see. Puker 5 times at nighttime. Defeat 500 tentacles, that's a new one. Yeah, it looks like there's still a couple weapons I haven't found yet. And then... oh, these are just resources. Got it. That's why I had so much. Lost Egg in the Woods, Lost Egg in the World, Lost Egg in the World. Oh no, World. Huh. Okay. Yeah, do I want her, or do we try somebody else? Because I could try this guy. The only immediate problem is it's kind of expensive. I'd almost... well, the only thing is, if we go to power up, the vampire level is actually pretty good. During nighttime, chance of draining 4 health every time they deal damage. Like, investing into this wouldn't be the worst idea. Oh... but I'm a fool, we have these. After killing an enemy, movement speed. Collecting a crystal, movement speed. Vulnerability after taking damage. At least it's non-stackable. I don't know if I like Adrenaline Rush, just because I could see that screwing me over. Oh, yeah, I should have invested into these. So, chance to drain 5 health every time you cause damage. That's pretty good. Damage dealt by burn heals you for a smidge of damage. And yeah, it would have been interesting to try Necromancy. But yeah, let's go back to power up, because this helps everybody universally. Did we have one for cooldown reduction? We do. That's okay. Yeah, it feels like a lot of these drop off pretty quickly in usefulness. So it almost makes the most amount of sense to just spread my coins out as much as I can. There we go. Okay, well, one way or another, I think this is a good stopping point. We got 2 solid runs in. More or less got to the end of content. We just have to actually kill Death, which is going to take a little bit of effort. And yeah, I'll probably give him Transfusion next time. And if I play this again, I'll probably just do Violet, just because he's got so much better healing. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe I have other characters I could play around with anyway. I'm just lazy, and considering how hard this is, it's kind of one of those where it's like, what do I decide to do? And I still don't know what the red eggs do either. But it's fine. So, with all of that said, I'm just gonna alt-tab so I can get the details correct. Scarlet Tower is available on Steam. Yeah. Oh, the weapon evolution guide that I was looking at was for version 0.4, and this is up to 0.7 at this point. So it's out on Steam, and actually just got updated to 0.7 with new passives. I think we found the secret vendor. Maybe. Had more rerolls. Nope. Yeah, last patch, actually the beginning of February added the new Fire Sword and, or Frost Sword and Fire Scythe and other things. And then this one added glyphs and passives and stuff. Okay, so yeah, it actually seems to be developing pretty quickly too. So I stand by what I said earlier, that this is probably one of the nicer looking Bullet Heavens just in terms of crisp pixels. And that carried over into the enemies and bosses, except for maybe the weird, gross, pukey monster. It definitely needs a little bit more unit variety. There was only like, what, 2 or 3 once you hit nighttime, and the mid-bosses seem to be about the same. Maybe it'll change in different worlds, but on the flip side, I mean, if you want more vampire survivors, but you want a slightly different flavor and different things to do and more evolutions to kind of play around with, without having to go down like extremely odd build chains, this one is actually probably one of the more accessible and also traditional, if that makes sense, without like deviating too far from the original formula. And honestly, that's cool. But for now, I guess last thing is Scarlet Tower is also $5, but I think that was kind of obvious. So with that, if you guys like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like, helps more than leave me a like, helps more than you know, and if you want to see more rad new indie games every single day, then hit subscribe because I got tons to check out. But for now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.